Well, friends, I would like to discuss something that's very, very embarrassing to the Watchtower Society of Jehovah's Witnesses. You know the old saying that birds of the same flock stick together. When a drug dealer sets up his little business in a neighborhood, his customers find him, and to protect him, they don't tell no one. They stick together because it's all for one purpose, to get that drug that he's selling, because this is what they like. So they will never tell on this drug pusher. So it doesn't matter what kind of principle this partaker of drugs is. He will do anything to protect that drug dealer because this gives him what he wants. So he can purchase his drugs and satisfy his cravings. Also, like a basketball team, baseball team, football team, they stick together. If they stick together, they can win. They can win more than they lose. They become like teammates, sticking together. We all benefit and we all win when we stick together. Same thing in politicians. Liberal, Democrat, they stick together so as they can obtain what they really want. Well, you might say, well, where's all this leading? Well, I'll tell you where it's leading. It's leading to the world of pedophiles. Pedophiles also stick together. They have their little world of desires and habits and getting what they want. And don't think that they are a bunch of weird people out there that don't have no brains or anything like that. They do. They're very, very well-to-do, educated people. A lot of them are. But now, these pedophiles, they won't tell on each other either, because they have one goal in mind: to eventually to get little girls or little boys in their corner so as they can take advantage of them and carry out their evil desires. It doesn't matter whether they're in a church or down the street, never go to church. That doesn't matter. The evil is still there. So where is this going? It's going to your kingdom halls. That's where it's going. The same thing exists there. Oh, you might say, well, them people wouldn't do nothing like that. Well, that's what they want you to think. Because if they didn't have you thinking that way, they couldn't get away with what they get away with. But my main point is this, friends. Pedophile is something that the world does. It's rampant in the world. We know that. But you would say, well, in Jehovah's Witnesses? Absolutely. See, like I said before, all sticking together to obtain what you want. Elders, ministerial servants, and a few out there in the flock who are pedophiles. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying there is a vast amount of it going on in the kingdom hall. They stick together. Okay? Don't think it don't. They stick together. Because if they didn't stick together, they couldn't carry out their evil deeds. Now, how do we know this? Well, why would an elder protect a pedophile? It seemed like to me he would be grabbing him in the collar and throwing him out the front door. Why would he go to bat for him and protect him and die with this here two witness rule? Why do you got to do that? You know why? Because most likely he is also one of those kinds. Not all, no, but a very, very lot of them are. They're married, they have families. That does not matter. That sexual desire for little girls and little boys is in him. And he will maneuver, connive, smile, frown. He'll do anything like a drug addict to obtain what he wants. That evil desire has to be clenched, and that is getting little girls and little boys under his protective custody of trust. This is how he wins over the prey. See, he can't get these girls and boys to his side unless he's very, very fatherly figure to them. You have to be a fatherly figure. See, now you might say, well, anybody can be fatherly figure. Yes, but see, most Jehovah's Witnesses have good character and a shining glow about them because they're well protected from the desires of the world. So they can use that to their advantage. They're meek, they're humble until you cross their line. Once you cross their line, they're no longer meek and humble. They can become just like the guy down the street who will fight the least little thing. Well, they lose their cool too, say, but they'll do anything to keep their little game going. Their little game is little girls and little boys. Say, that's what it's all about. And it's rampant in the Watchtower Society. They have even been investigated by a country. Not no accusations of a few apostates out here who they try to blame for everything that they do wrong. They try to blame an apostate. Say, if an elder is caught taking some of the donation money, don't even blame apostate for it. Apostate set him up. Anything to try to keep God's organization clean or to maintain that little image they have. See? But that little image that they do have is slowly but surely being taken down. See? You only can hide evil so long. See? A man can run around on his wife so long. A wife can only run around on her husband, but so long. Eventually, both get caught. That's the way justice works. Eventually, you're going to do something wrong and get caught. In this case, were these elders and these other people in this kingdom hall, a lot of them are getting caught now. See? Because the kids are telling on them. They can do everything they can to try to stifle them, threaten to throw them out, threaten that Jehovah will kill them at Armageddon, threaten that Jehovah will kill their parents if they do go to their parents. They'll do everything they can with that Bible, trying to protect their little game they got going. It's a game. It's not no coincidence, friends. It's like a grand conspiracy. You scratch my back, and I'll scratch your back. See? Yeah. All sport teams stick together so as they can win. Likewise, pedophiles, they stick together. See? Now, that don't mean they have meetings together and carry out their evil deeds. No, no. Each one goes his own little way. See? And if you get caught, all we can do is try to cover for you. See? We can put you on probation. We can uh, have a needs talk to try to convince the flock that we are trying to do something about this. Anything but throwing him out and calling the state police. They will not do that. It's a funny thing. Why will an elder in a kingdom hall do everything he can but not call that state police? He won't call him, will he? But if somebody breaks a brick or defaces that property, they call the state police. Oh, yeah. Or call the police, it don't matter. They will call superior authorities when they are harmed. But when a child is harmed, they won't call the state police then, say. I wonder why. I wonder why. See? Well, what they're really telling you is they'll do anything they can do to protect their brother of evil. In this case, the pedophile brothers. Yes, there's such a thing in your kingdom hall as pedophile brothers. Okay? I do know for a fact that it's going on. They hide it much as they can because, see, evil is easy to see. It's easy to see. But when you're putting all your trust in men in that hall to protect the flock, you go along with them. They know better. They have been appointed by Holy Spirit. Yeah. See? But that don't mean a thing. Look, Adam and Eve had everything they wanted too, didn't they? But they fell. They fell. So if they fell, don't you think elders, ministerial servants will fail also? Yes, they do. They fail too. And they will do everything they can to hold on to that position they have. See, that position is very important to them. See, it is the number one fault of a human being is power. He will do anything to maintain or to get power. He will do that. Power is more important to men than money. See? Now, these ministerial servants and elders put a lot of time in doing what they do, but they love it. And they don't get paid to do it. See? But they get that little look at them. Men that are so righteous. See? They're getting rewarded in full by the flock who heaps praise upon them. Oh, he's such a mild person. He's such a kind and understanding person. He's protecting the flock. See, they love that. See, they love that. Oh, look at me. They got that feeling in them. They're not going to tell you they feel that way, but they do. They do. See, sometimes you can catch it if you watch it. If you watch for it, you can pick it up if you go into a Kingdom Hall. I know I picked it up. For 32 years I was in those halls. I could see the ways of the world and a lot of these elders at times. You could see that superior attitude, that superior in making decisions. It's in a man. It's in him. I don't give a damn what religion he is. Power corrupts absolutely, and absolutely power corrupts. It's a known fact. And men in position take advantage of their positions. It's rampant out there in politics, the politics of the world. Okay? You take this last election that we had. Hillary Clinton did anything she could to get be that president. She didn't care if she was brought down for murder as long as she can get to be president. That's power. See? That's power. She wanted that power. She had money. Money wasn't no problem to her. This foundation she had. See? But she wanted that power to be president. Can you imagine her being president? Think of all the money and the influence she could have did then. You talking about running a racket. Boy, she had the right title. She had all the connections of making money as a Secretary of State. She got money from these foreign dignitaries by the tons. But that still didn't satisfy her. She wanted to come home and be president of this country. See? And if anyone watched any of those debates, I saw things that I never saw before. And I know y'all out there who might have watched those debates can remember at least one night where Donald Trump turned to her and said, "Hillary, you should be in jail, not running for president." She didn't even get mad. She didn't even get mad. I have never heard anyone say something like that in a campaign. But he did it. He said it. And it had to be true. It had to be true. Well, she got her lawyers right away and sued him for slander. Right on national TV where like 70, 80 million people watching this nonsense. Yes, she would have sued him. But for power, when you accuse them of doing something wrong, when they're trying to get it, they don't even flinch. It's like they never even heard it. She didn't hear him say, "You should be in jail." She didn't even hear him. Because she was trying to make him look bad by calling him Donald. Now there goes Donald, rattling away again. She thought that would win. Well, she was just like the Watchtower Society. She was labeling him as a rich man called Donald. See, she had to give him a name. There goes Donald, doing it again. See, this is the way the Watchtower works. They put labels on apostates. Everything that goes wrong with the Watchtower is apostate's fault. It's an apostate's fault. In fact, Hitler got more respect than apostates when it comes down to the Watchtower. It is an evil corporation of men with a philosophy of a halfway religion that has fooled millions of people. It has fooled millions of people into this nonsense of shunning their own families, see, in order to keep them into that fold, to keep them there, see? And the flock falls for this bull crap. They won't drop out no matter what. Well, they're leaving now. Thanks to YouTube. Boy, they are leaving in droves now, see, because a lot of your witnesses are watching this stuff now on YouTube. Yeah, they ain't gonna tell you, but they are. They're watching it. Curiosity killed the cat, didn't it? Well, you know, if they go to jw.org and they're passing me and all these Kim and Mikey, my main two, they're passing them, they're going to sneak in there sometimes and say, what the world are they talking about? And once they get that one little nibble, they'll be back for more. See, they'll be back for more, and then it starts getting into their mind. See, I know I was at the Wawa right before the last immoral. I was buying gasoline, and there was about 4 young people in a car, and one got out with a tract, and offered one to me to attend the memorial of Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, I politely declined taking it, and she asked me did I have any reason for declining her offer. She was only a kid about 20, 21, and she had, I think, 3 other girls in the car with her. They were out in the field service. So I told her that there's too much child molestation going on in the Kingdom Hall. And she looked at me shocked. She was shocked. She didn't say nothing else. She got into the car and they drove away. But I'll never forget that look on her face, where this is something she never heard before. This is how secretive these elders are. They can hide these things. They can hide these things from the flock. They got them thinking that they're pure and everything else is bad. Once you walk out the Kingdom Hall door, everything is bad. Everything is evil. There's no goodness once you leave this Kingdom Hall. They think that. Hey, this girl had a look on her face that I've never seen before. I only said those words. So apparently she's never heard about the child molestation going on. Okay? But now, then, even on the news, I saw where down in Laurel or Sussex County, a school teacher, I think she was 35 years old, was arrested because a young boy of 14 years old broke down to his parents and told them that he was having sex with his teacher. And they both belong to our Kingdom Hall. See, they both. So it was on the news, and I wonder how many Jehovah's Witnesses saw that. Okay? It was on national news. It wasn't on no YouTube or nothing like that. Now, she got 6 years in prison, and, well, they couldn't do nothing to the boy, but she got 6 years in prison, and the state, the Attorney General, is suing the elders for not reporting this after knowing it. I don't know what is coming of it. It's not on the news every day, but it's in the courts. Now, but you will never hear that coming from the platform. You will never hear that. But I saw that on the news. But yet now this same teacher was probably a pioneer in the Kingdom Hall. See? Who knows what she was? But this is what's going on. You might think it only happens in the world. No, it don't. It happens there too. See? The last place you would think it happens. But it happens there too. See? Sex has no conscience. Sex has no conscience. To be satisfied, it will turn off that conscience. It's like a button on a or switch on a stove. Off, on, off, on. Right? When I want to have sex, out of my marriage bounds, I'll turn the switch off and go do it. See? And then cut it back on. This is how the sex conscience works. Off and on. Off and on. See? So I'm going to wrap this talk up. And ask that all you people that go to Kingdom Halls, and if you have children, especially under 15, you be careful. You be careful. Now, it's a sad thing when you got to walk your child to the restroom and wait outside while he or she goes to the bathroom. But now that's not saying that a pedophile is going to grab them. No, that's not it. But they could strike up conversations. See, they know what they're doing now. Don't think they don't. They know exactly what they're doing. See? They strike up their conversation to gain that respect from the child. That's all they want. And then they know what to do after that. So I'm going to close for now. And thank all y'all for watching this little video. And hope you'll take heed to it. And you always remember that things that look so good, so proper, so inviting, sometimes can be just the opposite. It might be something you never wanted. And that's what this evil cult is. You're swayed into it with this here paradise. It sounds good. Oh yeah. See, when you are first given instructions about paradise, they're not going to bring in about blood transfusion and shunning and pedophiles. They're not going to bring that up. See, you have to find that out for yourself once you're into it. So I'm saying good night. God bless.